My guest is Vicki Cornish, a person who seems to just love every aspect of her life. We're talking about tonight her civility thrust and her personal and professional goals. Not in her job, but really more outside of that. And thank you, Vicki, for coming to be interviewed, and welcome.
Thank you.
You are active on Twitter as VNC Civility, and you operate a business titled Civility Coaching. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you came up with the name and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Started from high school in grade 13. I did an independent study in my social studies class on etiquette and really learned some tools and things that I could use because growing up, my parents were great. They taught us, what they knew, and one of the things I remember is, Vicki, if you're able, get your elbows off the table. Drilled into me. And I hear myself saying it to my own children, right? But I mean, we didn't have, I certainly didn't know about, suddenly there's 3 forks on your table. What does that mean? And, which bread plate is yours and things like that. So I really felt the need to learn about it myself. And so I did, and I was really glad that I did, because as a young person, I was selected to go on a trip with my MP, and I had to have dinner with him, and I was very grateful to have that knowledge. And so that kind of sparked it, and then as I've kind of grown up through the years and have used it, watched it change, and see what the young people nowadays, how they behave and the etiquette that they use, I'm not quite sure they are learning it or understand it, and understand that by not following an unspoken set of rules about how to behave, what they do impacts other people.
Well, it also impacts them too, doesn't it? It limits their choices.
That's right. But they don't know that yet.
Yeah.
So I feel that, there's a role for some people out there to take in making sure that we pass these things on, or teach people, or understand, or come up with rules to keep up with this, really fast-paced society. So that's kind of where I've decided, what, I've got some knowledge and some passion about this. I can help others. So that's kind of where that started from.
So that's where the coaching aspect comes in. Yeah, to help others, and because if you know some of these things, you can go places you couldn't go otherwise.
And ultimately, there's one saying that I like to live by, and it's, be the change you wish to see. And I really think that there's people out there that need to choose different behaviors, and they don't even know that their behaviors are affecting others. And if they can understand that, and they can learn to choose differently, then we might start to see the world become a little bit of a better place.
Yes.
And so I'd like to be a part of that.
For sure. And you're just the right person to do it.
I hope so.
What's the most interesting thing you've experienced in this quest of yours to help people with their manners?
It's funny, I think I gave a different answer when I was thinking about it. But now I'm like, I'd have to say the social media. Having talked about it and thought about it now, I didn't want anything to do with it. And now, being a part of it, it's amazing and it's interesting, and it just is going to, I'm sure there's researchers out there having a field day with what it's doing to society.
Yes.
I mean, I could even end up being one of those researchers, because I do find it fascinating how it's changing. It's changing the way we live and how we behave, right?
Yeah. And our language, even. So many young people are spelling thanks, THX, and
LOL, and
all of these expressions. And I have to go on the internet and find a cheat sheet to find out what all these things mean.
Webster's going to have to start a new edition of a dictionary.
It is. So it's really a lot of impact. Just to switch gears a little bit, you always seem to be so upbeat and loving life, and I wondered if you have a personal code by which you live.
Yes. I got a few things that I've learned to live by. They aren't something that have been ingrained in me, but I have learned gratitude for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I live a very blessed life. It's not extravagant, you know, it's not luxurious, but I have all I need, and I'm surrounded by wonderful and great people, and just having that gratitude and being thankful for everything I have has been one very powerful key. Mm-hmm. Another one is learning to love myself. I know I have a lot of faults, but I'm okay with them. Mm-hmm. And if other people aren't, then I've really had to learn that it's okay. We all have faults, and if other people don't like them, that doesn't mean they don't like me. They just might not like those things about me, but that's who I am. Mm-hmm. And forgiving myself. Mm-hmm. That's a tough one, because I tend to be very hard on myself, but I just got to say that that's okay and move on.
And you know, I think that's a lesson that so many people come to, especially people like yourself that are out there doing it and learning new things and excited about life and so on. And there is the flip side there, mm-hmm. that you are going to make some mistakes and so on. And I know I was a singer, and I learned very early that sometimes when I stood up to sing, I was going to make a mistake. Mm. I was going to sing the wrong verse, or I was going to, and you just had to realize that it's okay.
Yep. And people are almost relieved when you do, because it means that, because they come in assuming you're an expert or that you're really good at it because that's why you're on stage. Yeah. But when you make a mistake, it's like, she's human too.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I like small theater, you know, the smaller, more intimate theaters, because, you know, you're so close to them and you can almost see them breathing and mm-hmm. so on. And you get that sense that maybe you might notice some little thing, and sometimes the actor will actually even make some kind of an ad-lib comment, and it's actually way more funny than it would have been without,
that's right.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, we like that. We like to accept that other people make mistakes.
That's
too.
right.
Well, I was wondering what your background is. We kind of got into theater there a little bit, and I can you tell me about your background in the arts and where it all started?
Absolutely. Grade 9, you know, minor niner. I tried out for a play, or the school musical was Little Abner, and I was up against a grade 13 girl, which I figured, hands down, she'll get it, because the teacher's going to know her and whatnot, and I got the part, and I was thrilled, and that was really the bug that bit me. I was Mammy Yoakum in Little Abner, and all through high school I did all kinds of musicals. I did The Mikado, which you directed, mm-hmm. and that was a great experience. And then I went to university and did an undergrad in drama, which I loved, but being young and naive and scared and whatnot, when I graduated, I thought, you know what, I don't think I'm ready for this. So I totally turned my back on it, became a teacher myself, wasn't a good fit for me, mm-hmm. then became a career counselor, and then got into marketing and student recruiting for mm-hmm. college, but I never could let go of that acting, and I kind of went through an identity crisis when I went through postpartum depression with my first child and realized I need to come back to that. Mm-hmm. So I have been taking some acting coaching in Toronto, and it's been wonderful. Yeah. It's been scary because I'm going back to another part of my life, but I'm really enjoying it. But to fit it into my lifestyle now, I'm just doing kind of some community theater and practicing it that way, and it's been it's just...
You can tell it's your passion.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's working with people, getting to step into somebody else's shoes, learning lines, being part of the community. It's wonderful. Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm doing that too.
You know, my next question was, how has your love of acting impacted your life? But I'm pretty sure you just answered that for us, unless there's something else you'd like to say there. It's obviously a large part of who you are.
Yeah, I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's, like I was saying, I'm a recruiter now, so I have to go out and, talk about the school that I work for and try to encourage students to come to where I work. And it combines everything. It combines my teaching, my education background, career counseling, but most of all, I get to be in front of people. Mm-hmm. You know, I get to perform, and even though it's not a script or anything like that, I love interacting with people. It's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.